Some kind scheduling means their City players meet the fans in a big tent before we get battered by Bolton Wanderers at the Reebok, or whatever it's called.
Hello and welcome to the Big Bank Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
So, listeners, a festive treat for you was Exeter City to get absolutely thumped by Bolton Wanderers 2-0 at the University of Bolton Stadium.
Ho, ho, ho.
Merry festive tide.
Yeah,
800.
I'll tell you what, it's quite a festive looking match.
In what
White
sense?
shirt against red and white.
Oh, I see.
Just
Yeah,
missing green pitch.
got
There you
it all.
go.
It's got it all.
Straight off a Christmas card, that.
What it didn't have was much defending from Exeter City in the first half.
No.
City were 2-0 down after not very long, and honestly, it could have been 5 or 6 or 7.
In the first minute and a half of the match,
Yeah.
I thought, here we go. We look good. We look good here.
Yep.
And then that was the only positive thought I had for the rest of the match.
Oh dear. Yeah, we looked fine going forward for about 5 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah. And then we got taken apart.
Yeah, so it was
Now, Piers Sweeney got injured.
pre-match.
He's done something to his hand or thumb or something.
Yeah, so he didn't play on Saturday. He might not play. Gary Colwell was hoping he might be back soon. Might not be that
It's something
soon.
like 3 weeks, isn't it? They're saying now.
Yep. So that's another centre-back absent.
So here's the issue is the centre-backs had been kind of the problem anyway. We saw more of the same that we've seen plenty, and I think now it's kind of turned into any time that the ball is in our box, whoever it is there is just goes into this kind of mad state of panic.
Yep.
And they really do, and I think they're in their own heads with this, and they can't do anything about it. We're following the ball around. We're leaving players all on their own, all over the place.
And we're just like, get to the ball and we just kick. I'm just going to kick it. I don't care what happens. I'm going to kick it. And all this kind of carnage.
Week's configuration of out of position players at the back.
Yeah.
Saw Czech Diabate playing on the right side of the back three.
Yeah.
I think that meant Jonathan Grounds was in the middle of them, or perhaps it was Hartridge, and then Hartridge being the other one.
Yeah. Caprice and Key as the wing backs.
Against a smart-looking Bolton side. Played some really nice football, actually. They're very good going forward. Solid at the back. Good team.
Well, they were just passing it round us, really, weren't they?
Yeah.
The old 1-2 and...
Lots of nice little one-touch passing from them. I don't think they're normally like that, though.
Well, we enabled it by standing
We
absolutely
very much
stock still.
enabled it. So you had a midfield three this week again, more chopping and changing. Chauke kept his place.
Yeah.
Off the back of that good performance against Wednesday.
Looked good in that first 5 minutes going forward.
Alongside Collins and returning Harry Kite. Don't know what was wrong with him, but he's back.
Yeah.
And
Wind had gone out of his sails.
Thank
you.
Yeah, and I don't know that we had nothing at the midfield. We couldn't get hold of it. We couldn't win any tackles. I don't know who's winning the tackles there. I suppose it should be Kite, but he wasn't.
I mean, in fairness to Kite, and I think they were all to blame, to be honest, but even if one or two people were trying to do the pressing, you need everyone to press. So I saw, I think it was the first goal, or maybe it was the first miss. Josh Key obviously realised he was supposed to be pressing the man running down his wing, went to him, which meant there was just all this space behind him because Czech or Grounds or whoever just wasn't awake to the threat.
But one of those midfielders should be dropping in there as well if Key's going forward.
It's hard to know who to blame, isn't it? Because
it was all of them.
Well, when a team doesn't press, it's not quite clear who's pressing in the right way and who's not doing anything.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It just does seem a little bit of a sort of mishmash of football styles at the moment.
Yeah.
And then again, Nombe on the bench, which I know you made a case for a couple of weeks ago, but I think that's starting to look...
blame me, by all means, that's fine. I blame myself.
Choice.
No one can feel worse than me about my work.
Okay, right. Yeah, well, that's fair. So, I mean, it was bad. I expected to lose that match. And we did. And to be fair, we only lost at 2-0. In the second half, we were better, as we quite often see. But we seem to have to lose first before we can find, and I think probably Bolton just sort of thought, well, we've kind of done this now.
Well, they had.
Yeah.
They had done it.
It was.
Colwell made the case for Josh Key's goal not being offside second half. That was about 20 minutes from the end, wasn't it? But the ship had firmly sailed, and I had no doubt that actually if Bolton needed to turn it on again, they could have done. It felt just like they were just playing with us, basically. I mean, they were playing with us, toying with us, I suppose is the word. I feel bad for the 850 Grecians whose hopes were dashed so quickly into the game.
Well, your hopes shouldn't have been that high anyway, really. But, there's a lot of them there, wasn't there? And that's not what you want to see.
Not great.
It's just an unsettled side, isn't it? And some of it, I think, is enforced. No Dieng in the starting lineup today, and I think maybe that's a fitness thing. I don't know if that's a fitness or a thing or a decision, but it could be. It's every week's different team, isn't it? I know it's a new manager. He's figuring things out. He's having to make some changes. Czech Diabate has looked not up to the job since returning.
Surprising, really.
Yeah. I don't know if he's a confidence player. I mean, a lot of his best work last year was done in a more of a settled side, so I'm not sure, but that's not working.
No.
None of those back three combinations are working. Maybe the back three isn't working. I don't know. We're just reacting to this really bad display of the first half, because last week we did a pretty decent job of nearly beating Sheffield Wednesday. I mean, the same old problems ultimately, but
yeah, Gary Colwell kind of alluded to it, didn't he? So we feel like we're getting somewhere one match, and then the next match that, and you think, it's not great, is it? Because Wednesday we were 20 seconds away from getting a brilliant win, but you should be able to dust yourself off. A week in between, you think, okay, well, a point was a point. City just seem to have had a perennial problem for I don't know how long of just being slow starters.
Yeah.
What's it been? Years now, it feels like.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, well, okay. And we're then like, well, if we get to half-time 1-0 or whatever, then maybe attacking the big bank, or maybe if someone... You think, like, let's just have a bit of gumption here, and... I don't understand it. I don't think that's a football problem, but also it shouldn't really be a personnel problem because the personnel's changed. And it's not a manager problem because the manager's changed. So it's a curious thing of like almost pottering around and see what happens, and
yeah, you can't be pottering about at this level.
Certainly not. So that was 2-0. Now, and then when you look at Colwell's stats...
Yeah, they hit the post twice.
Bolton
and missed an absolute sitter or two as well. So we very much could have been a lot worse off.
I mean, honest, I text you, I think.
No fault of our... I mean, no fault of ours. Is that the opposite of whatever that is?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, there's nothing to do with us that we weren't 5-0
Oh,
down.
no, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was only to their kind of
precision.
Poor finishing.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have been unfair if it had been 5-0.
No.
And maybe in a way that might have been better. Well, is that true? Obviously, that's miserable. But
no, we got away with it there by only being -2 down on the goal difference by the end of that match.
So, if you look at Gary Colwell's stats, he's now played 8 games in the league. That's 1 win. That's 4 draws. That's 3 defeats.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good at the minute. And I think what's worse, because I think we expected loads of this stuff.
Well, that's not even that bad.
No, I think it's just a lack of wins, isn't it? If there was 2 wins and no draws in that,
yeah,
that might feel better.
Well, 2 of those were nearly wins.
2 of those were nearly
wins.
One of
them very nearly a win.
Yeah. I mean, we won't know. Of course we won't know for a while yet, because these are always going to be tough games.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. Like, Matt Taylor, before Gary, we made a quite good start to the season. However, we were mostly playing other League 2 teams during that time.
Yeah.
Or teams that, we didn't play any... I remember looking through the fixtures right at the beginning and go like, there's kind of no
you're kind of looking for a kind of interesting match, really, at the beginning of the season. It's like, obviously some of them were interesting, but there's no kind of bigger sides or like, oh, this will feel like... It didn't really feel like we're in League One.
No, we were looking for Derby and Argyle, weren't we, really?
Until Derby and Argyle, really. Yeah, like I said, that's when it's kind of started. And that's when the exact point that Gary Caldwell took over.
Yep.
So I think, and also we'd had some bad results before. Some of these problems, especially the kind of defending our own goal, existed before Gary Caldwell. So I think it isn't so much a defence of him as it's just kind of like we don't know yet which of these are Gary Caldwell problems and which of these are problems that existed already in the team, because we didn't expect him to get much from any of these games that we've played so far.
No, I think that's fair. I just, in a sense, it's not a criticism of him. It's just an acknowledgement of he must be feeling like that doesn't look good, that doesn't feel good.
No, on paper it does look bad, and you need a bit of, you do need some momentum. You need some good feeling, don't you? Do you mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we get a good win on Boxing Day, and things will feel right as rain again. It won't take much to turn it round.
No, well, I think we need more than that. I think we need a string of good performances, with some wins as well. If they're not all wins, but some of them are, for the next 5-6 games or so. If we get a couple of wins and against teams we should beat, maybe some points against some bigger teams, and just some more solid performances. Keeping the ball out of the net in ridiculous manner would be a improvement.
Do you think the squad feels unbalanced? Do you think it feels like this is weighted weirdly? Because I don't think this was always how he felt with Matt Taylor, but it feels like weirdly we're weighted towards attacking. So when you look at it, Stansfield, Nombe, Brown, Matt J, if you even remember him anymore. Obviously, Josh Key and Caprice like attacking. Sparks is much better as a going forward player than he is a defender. Actually, in those, out of that midfield group, none of them are like, oh great, no one's getting past that guy in midfield, except maybe Dieng occasionally, maybe Kite occasionally. And then we've got some centre-backs there, but it's not, you're not like, oh, there's a back four or there's a back five where, that's where the real emphasis of the team is. The more it goes on, it feels like they're being kind of left adrift.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I think, I'm not sure the attacking, we're not clinical, and we've not been clinical enough this season.
Well, that's true as well.
But I think probably those things are to be expected, that those players haven't quite stepped up to League One level. We're always, and there was always going to be a bit of a jump. It's a whole higher division. I think that's the way it is. Maybe there's a lack of consistency in midfield. Maybe we kind of still missing this kind of someone to be a kind of a bit stronger in there in the middle. Like if it was kind of, we were moving, if we were kind of had Kite and Collins, Collins, one other regular, tough tackling, strong, proper defensive midfielder, which we haven't had for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then the other one kind of was Kai or was, Chowkay or whoever.
Yeah.
Then that might feel a bit more balanced. And then, the centre-backs. I mean, that's partly due to injury and partly just due to the fact that there's something going on in their minds.
Yeah.
Because I think the same with the wing-backs. They're doing about as well as you'd expect for a newly promoted team. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they kind of meet their match. And I think they've been fine. Caprice and Key, they make mistakes. They're not always as effective as they could be, but you think for who we are, they're about right. The keeper's about right. The forwards are about right. We've got this strange thing where, he wants to play Stansfield. Definitely, he's the kind of seems like he's the first name on the team sheet. And then we haven't quite worked out who's the partner there.
No. Well, on another note, did you see the players went out for their Christmas do?
No.
So they went to watch the World Cup final, and Jamal Blackman, always, keen on making a statement, he went dressed up.
Oh, yeah?
Well, Dieng was wearing like a France shirt, fair enough, and A couple of them seem to be wearing like wacky glasses.
Wacky glasses.
Yeah.
Where can I see this?
This is all on the internet, various Instagram stories. But Jamal Blackman, I believe, it's hard to tell, he appears to have gone. Bear in mind, this is a 6'6" tall goalkeeper. He appears to have gone dressed as Little Orphan Annie.
Right, hang on. I've got it here.
Have a look there.
What you've got is Jack Sparks, some sort of knight or king.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
No, Tim Dieng is dressed as, I think, Chucky from the 80s
Oh, is he?
video
Well, he's
nasty
definitely wearing a France shirt.
Child's Play with a France shirt over the top.
Okay. I missed the subtlety.
Harry Kite, I think, is a minion.
Right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jamal Blackman is the Queen of Hearts.
Oh.
That's what he's dressed as.
Oh, not Little Orphan Annie.
No. Raheem Harper just wearing a hoodie by the looks of things.
Fair enough. Last time he went out, he got his teeth knocked out.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some of the others. Nombe, just standard issue Palm Angels t-shirt from him.
I, to be honest, I fully approve of that.
Footballer uniform 101.
Yeah.
Someone's got their golden gauntlet on the table there. Yeah, Harry Kite is a minion.
Yeah.
Archie Collins has just got a green sort of bag over himself. I don't know what that is.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this report.
Where are they even?
But you see what? I think they're in London. Do you see what I mean about the old Queen of?
Alex Hartridge has got his lovely hair down. I didn't even recognise him. Wow, look at that. But also Jonathan Grounds is dressed as sort of Braveheart. Is he Scottish? He is now. Who's that? There's someone dressed as a kind of with a fake beard and a sort of fake baby in a papoose. But I can't tell who it is.
Or what they are.
I don't know what it is or I don't know what's going on.
Where can we find this?
Right, who else has got Instagram out of this lot?
Well, it's Dieng's that I saw it on.
Dieng.
Yeah. Anyway, you can look all this up at your own leisure, listeners. But it's quite the sight.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't be doing this in real time.
No, we're enjoying it. But
Dieng's has got.
Do you agree with me that Jamal's gone mad with that choice?
He looks brilliant. He looks absolutely brilliant.
I think he's completely.
Oh, okay. I think I've worked it out.
Mm-hmm.
Collins he is wearing a green bag. I think he's supposed to be the Hulk.
Oh, bold choice, Arch.
And then Jake Caprice is dressed as a tennis player with a mullet. Don't know which one that's supposed to be.
Andre Agassi, Pat Sharp.
Dark hair though. Don't know. And then
I don't mean Pat Sharp. I mean Pat Cash.
Pat Sharp. Did have a mullet. And then Kegs Cherokee is a Power Ranger.
Wow. So there you go. You can look all this up. Whose Instagram's that on?
That's Raheem Harper's Instagram.
Oh, I'm not on that one. Anyway,
sorry about this.
Gave me some amusement. It was quite the sight. Yeah. Well, look it up. So fair enough. So they've had their Christmas party now, so they can get back to training this week.
Can't believe I didn't watch this before. This is what we kind of made the podcast about. This is what it's for.
It's what it's for.
Up, Christmas party sort of content.
Yeah, so, we'll talk about the games coming up in a second. Welcome back to the podcast. Remember, you can get in touch with us via Twitter at Big Bank Pod, on email, bigbankpod@gmail.com, and on Facebook as well, the Big Bank Theory podcast. Send us a festive greeting. We'd love it.
Yes, send us an e-card.
You don't get e-cards anymore, do you?
Yeah, thing of the past, yeah.
Probably for the best, they were rubbish.
Yeah.
I bet Taggy sends an e-card.
What are those things where you elfify yourself?
Oh, yeah. I tell you who does that, Jack Sparks.
You reckon?
Yeah, he loves it.
Mm.
Yeah, all that stuff. Or you get like a special message from Father Christmas and then your name's dubbed over the top. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, Sam Nombe.
Right.
Hope you've been good, Sam. Like that.
Is this from Sam or he's getting this? Why are you
No,
in his
like
email?
someone's recorded Sam's name into it and then you get it sent.
Right.
A elderly aunt of mine once did it. Much in the style I've just...
She's sending you
Like it's like a
virtual
video.
Christmas card addressed to Sam Nombe, but not by him to you. I'm
Yeah,
I'm very much failing to see the logic here.
it was in the past. Quite prophetic, really. So send us one, please. We'd welcome it. I tell you what else we'd welcome. 2 or more games over the festive period. So
Well, I'm not sure we would, to be honest, but we have to do them. So.
we have to do them. So this week is Christmas week.
Yeah.
Christmas Day's on. I've lost complete track.
Saturday?
Sunday.
I don't know.
Christmas Day's Sunday, isn't it? Which means that the so there is no Saturday game because it's Christmas Eve. So the Boxing Day game is on the Monday.
And that's at home to Portsmouth.
Pompey. Mate, you'll be there with the tattoos.
Yeah, he will be there. Yeah, we talked to him before because we've played them in the not so distant past. I think it was
the Carabao.
no, Papa John's Pizza Trophy.
Semi-final.
Twice, in fact.
That's right.
At least twice.
When they were in League One and we were in League Two.
Yeah, so what's his name? John with the bell will be there.
Yep.
And
so will a lot of other people. Sold out, of course.
Yeah, well, it'll be everyone's there with their grandma, won't it? It's this time of year. The family affair. People who have not been to watch any Exeter City games, deciding this is the time to,
Don't you think it's expats coming home, mainly? That's what I always think it is.
Oh, there's a lot of that too, yeah.
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 And also, of course, it's nearly full most of the time anyway, so...
Yeah, this one sold out a while ago, unsurprisingly. And, yeah, I would say, it's going to be good, but I can't remember there being that good a Boxing Day result for a while. What was it?
Was it Boxing Day when it was rained off halfway through?
Yeah, but that was ages ago.
Pre-COVID, wasn't it?
That was Forest Green, yeah, before COVID, yeah.
Yeah, let's hope for not that. So Portsmouth are, well, as you'd expect, one of the bigger teams in the in League One.
How are they getting on?
Well, not wonderful. They started quite well, but they're now down in 10th. So their form's dropped off a bit. They were 2nd, 3rd, 4th. They were toying with automatics for a while, but now things have dropped away. So they're actually only 2 points ahead of us. Although, Dan, they've played 3 games less.
Yeah, I noticed that about the table, that quite a few teams have played less than us.
So they win their games in hand. I think they're back up to 4th. So it's not as bad as it looks for them. City down in 13th at the minute, and like I said, we've played more games than almost anyone. There aren't many teams on 22.
We played Forest Green last year on Boxing Day.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't want to keep saying it.
It was 1-1.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep saying it about City, but can I have to start? We're not gonna. Nothing happens, does it? Colwell's not losing his job, but everyone could really do with a win or two under the belt.
Yeah, that would be a lovely Christmas present for us all, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really would.
Yeah, we need a bit of a kind of we need a bit of a boost, I think, as fans, don't we? And I think the players as well, and probably Gary himself will want. We need a little bit of a boost to kind of stop the slump, really. Wednesday would have been one. It really would have done.
Yeah.
Really think already I'm going to ruin that,
Their form in the league isn't that good, Portsmouth, So they've drawn quite a lot. They lost on Saturday to MK. They lost a week before that, or 2 weeks before that, I think, to Wickham. They've had games called off, but they're not like high-flying. So, as always, it's up for grabs. We're always better at home, I feel. I mean, stupid, isn't it? But I really feel like the power of the big bank is a significant thing.
Tell that to Oxford. Yeah, no, we are better at home, and yeah, that's true, but it's not enough to just, we just need, it's a results game. We need results.
Yeah.
We all need it. Come on. It's Christmas.
Well,
they don't even celebrate Christmas in Portsmouth.
No, they just look at each other.
They just look at each other.
They turn up for work and realise it's locked, and they don't understand it, so they go home again. Ring their bells, or whatever they do.
Actually, very festive, that, isn't it? It's the one time of year where it's sort of appropriate to be ringing a bell. Yeah.
Unless Napoleon's coming over the horizon, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
Which is a big concern
Or it's
in Portsmouth.
lunchtime at school in the 1930s.
Dinner bell. Didn't you have a dinner bell at school?
I think we had a whistle.
Dinner whistle.
Oh no, I think you just blow the whistle. Like the teacher who's on duty just blows the whistle when it's time for. We didn't have a dinner bell, no.
We did.
I didn't go to school in a Just William novel.
We had a bell. Bell for the beginning, bell for the end, bell for lunch.
Really? Okay, right. One of the bells is on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we did have that.
Oh, you were thinking like
I was thinking of someone
turning to with a rope and a.
I was just thinking of a big, buxom, harsh-looking dinner lady.
Oh yeah.
Ringing a big old handbell.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. That's what I'm imagining your childhood was like.
No, it was very much on the.
Yeah,
wall.
no, I think maybe we did have a bell.
Okay.
No, can't remember. Stoke Hill Middle School.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Willand County Primary School for doing this then.
Well, not so much because that's not actually in Exeter, is it? Where
right.
my school is.
I wonder. I'd like to know what the percentage of Exeter City supporters are within the city walls and without the city walls or city boundary, if you will.
Yeah, but that's not an Exeter. I mean, that's slightly different because there's people in Cully who probably support Argyle.
No.
Is there not?
No.
Okay.
No. You'd be more likely to get people to support Southampton.
Oh, well, of course, you're the other way, aren't you?
Yeah. Bristol.
Whereas I think in Exeter, it's like people support Liverpool.
Yeah. I really remember a kid at our school supporting Liverpool and he got shaved in the back of his head, LFC.
I remember a lad who had MUFC shaved into his head.
And this kid for ages was like, what does that mean? Lesbian fan club? And even at the time, aged like 9, I was like, what a weird thing to say to someone.
Yeah.
Like, losers fan club or...
That would have got a laugh, though, at in middle school age.
Lesbian fan club.
I say middle school because, again, sort of Exeter people will know that we had that strange system for a while.
You did?
Boring, this chat.
How dare you? So then, after Boxing Day, it's Bristol Rovers away, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not going to that, even though I probably am available to go. It's a very short distance away. I just can't go there.
What, and be
and
stood
do
out?
that again. I can't stand on that little slab of concrete with no roof in the rain and the cold. Call me a fair weather supporter if you want, because that is literally what I am, but whatever. I'll watch it on iFollow.
I really hope, for no other reason than I hate Joey Barton more and more each day, that we absolutely thump him. Did you see him having a go at Southgate?
No.
I mean, come on, Joey.
That's the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
No, but he's become like a cartoon character.
Well, what he thinks he'd be better, does he?
Yeah, basically the subtext is, I'd be a really good England manager, unlike this idiot who's got us to semi-finals and quarter-finals and all of that. You're like, shut up. I mean, honestly, shut up. He's really starting to really annoy me in a way that, like, he's surpassed Derek Adams, like, instantly.
Yeah. I mean, solidarity with any Bristol Rovers fans who really don't want him there. Because that's annoying,
They like
isn't
him.
it?
I've told you before.
No, I know a lot of them do.
Yeah.
But there'll be some who can't stand him and hate him being there.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
And I don't feel sorry for all the ones who are really defending him now. But the minute he's sacked, we'll all kind of like go like, no, I always hated him because he put a cigar out in someone's eye. And smacked his wife around the chops.
Yeah, not actually. He wasn't found guilty of that, of course, we should probably say. Not that anyone's going to sue us.
We've not even been sued once for
No,
this.
we haven't been sued, not even a threat of a lawsuit. So come at us, Joey, you moron.
You can't get sued for calling someone a moron.
Good.
Yeah.
Because it's the truth. Yeah, so that, back up there, that's the kind of game. I'm fed up with saying it now, but come on, City. Stick couple past them and come home with the 3 points.
Yeah, and then I think, well, we've got a new manager who took over at a certain time where everyone kind of like judges these people, like managers based on what's always said is he hasn't had a transfer window yet. He hasn't had a window, and that's true. He hasn't had a window.
Yeah.
So that hopefully, January is going to be an interesting time. Who's coming in? I think we do probably need a centre-back.
Yep. I think we need a defensive midfielder as well. I think you get 2 solid players in those positions.
Well, it's tough, isn't it? Because we. Where's Sonny Cox?
Yeah.
He's not an option at the moment, and Harry Styles, whatever his name's, gone back to wherever he came from.
What, Harry Lee, the goalkeeper?
No, the other fella.
Oh, Harry Smith.
Yeah,
Yes. Sorry, gone back to Leighton Orient.
yeah. He's gone. So we're probably an option light up front as well. You know.
Well,
Strange saying that because at the moment we're trying to fit a striker in. Nombe can't get in the starting lineup, so it seems weird that we would want another one. But I still feel like we're kind of light there.
well, we're kind of. They're not.
I can't see him bringing in a midfielder, but maybe he will. I don't know. Kyle Taylor's coming back as well, of course. I'm pinning all my hopes on him.
Yeah, not defensive though, is he?
No, but maybe he'll be so good that we won't need a defensive midfielder.
That old chestnut.
Yeah.
I think, I don't want to be still the end of January being like, is anyone going to come in? Because that's a perennial problem for City.
Oh yeah, I know, but surely they've got a centre back lined up because they would know that they know the Sam Stubbs situation.
Yeah. And we know that Sweeney, and we know Grounds isn't really up to more than a couple of games a month.
Grounds, I don't want to slag off Grounds because he's done some really good stuff for us in an Exeter City shirt. But I just don't think he probably wouldn't agree. He's not a starter. He shouldn't be a starter.
No.
He's a real useful player to have to come on in certain situations.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a utility man, but he's not. He should not be starting a centre back for Exeter City in League One at his age.
No, absolutely. So really, then you're looking at 3 players for three positions, aren't you? There's no other options. Hartridge, Diabate, and Sweeney for starting because Stubbs isn't playing and Ground shouldn't be starting.
Well, Sweeney's injured too.
Yeah, and then at that. But like we've literally only got 3 even named names.
Yeah, because Ed James on the bench again this week, wasn't he? So. Well, I mean...
Who may turn out to be brilliant.
But Dieng did slot in there on Saturday,
That's true.
didn't he? Towards the end?
Yes, he did.
And we have seen Caldwell do that once or twice before.
Well, I feel like Dieng there would have been better than Grounds.
It's more tinkering, though, isn't it? But I know sometimes there's no option but to tinker because the machine's not working.
The machine is not working. Well, on that note, we wish you all a happy Christmas. We'll be back after the Bristol Rovers game, won't we?
Yeah, we'll find a slot in between that and New Year's Day.
Yeah, because New Year's Day is Oxford away, isn't it? So
yeah.
We'll be back sometime around then.
I hope you get all the Exeter City-based Christmas gifts that you desire.
Yeah. Hope if you can't, they're at least red and white.
Yeah. I hope someone has got that... waistcoat that's been made out of an old City shirt that was on eBay. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Hope someone's getting that in a stocking.
Yeah, I would think the chance of a listener to this being the person that gets that is quite high.
Yep. You have to be a right nerd.
Enjoy your waistcoat.
Yep. And
yeah, we'll see you post Crimbo.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for listening. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.